Hello everyone, we are thrilled to announce we have a new designer here in the PaperArtsy family, and Raquel Burillo aka Scrapcosy is that person. She has a huge vintage vibe and really loves all things vintage, so it's nice that we've got these cool vintage style stencils that we're starting with, and a lot of the samples incorporate the stencils and the stamps together. So I thought I'd start by showing you her stencils first, and then we can move on to the stamps. So Raquel has got these, like I say, kind of really cool vintage style stencils, but the artwork that her and her wingmen have created with them is really fabulous. They've definitely gone for that sort of shabby chic, not too perfect artwork, so that it really looks quite old and worn. And I mean, I'm really in love with the sample here that Raquel has created. She's created, and the instructions for this are actually on the PaperArtsy blog, which is linked in the description of this video. And you'll be able to see how she created the different panels and really made them look like wood. So the stamps that go with these are just equally as fantastic and vintage in style. So this is set one, and this one's kind of a bit more floral. So there's some cool elements in there, some sort of dahlias and other smaller elements. So she's always got a few small stamps and then some slightly bigger ones. But it's fascinating how her and her wingmen have come up with ideas using these. So for example, here we've got some little examples that all kind of create a bit of a story. So each of these is a different colour, but you can see that what she's done is actually lift sections from the stencils out and used them in the little ATC there. So that's kind of cool, because when they first got these stencils, they're like, oh, how are we going to do small format stuff? And so, like, for example, they've just picked out the word Paris from there, or picked out perhaps a little bit of the leaf pattern here, and then use that as an accent with a little bit of gold. Here's another one. The good old stencil bump technique. So if you put a dark colour underneath, and then you won't be able to see this on film, but there's actually texture paste that's been tinted with gold sitting on top of that. So they're very touchy-feely, but here you can definitely see a couple of the stamps off the stamp set much more clearly there. Now, here's a lovely vintage feel from Lynn Moncrief, and one of the things that Lynn loves doing is using our infusions and tinting fabric with the infusions. But even here, there are other elements from some of the other stamp plates that have been used, and again, look at how the stenciled elements here are in grunge paste, in the just natural grunge paste. It's not been tinted or anything, so it just creates a different accent, and the infusions give that lovely stained effect. Here's another one by Lynn. Same thing. So she's got lots of little torn up bits of paper on there, all tinted with the infusions, and there's some more texture paste here on the very side there. It's all very touchy-feely. I wish you could get a sense of that through the camera. These are by Jenny Atkinson. So on this particular set, which match this stamp as well, she's gone for a very neutral toned background, and then she's picked up little bits of infusion to colour the images. But again, the stenciling is still there, so they've Jenny's put some gold on top here, and used that to really catch the texture. But it's lovely just to see like a small section of the stencil being used. So that's set one. Set two is the vegetable set, so you can see that that's why the vegetables stencil fits in. Okay, so you've got that there. So the two kind of work together. And then Raquel has got a lovely little trio here of samples. Now she has created metallic backgrounds using gold, and then swiping over the top of the gold paint with infusions, and that just gives that kind of metallic feel to an infusion, which is very clever. And then she's stamped in ink over the top the vegetable images, and still she's also got some stenciling on there. It's another one with the same feel, same idea. This one's by Lynn Moncrief. So again, she always has those lovely textile elements that are on there. And again, by Lynn. They've all gone really crazy because I gave them infusions to work with for this this release, and so there's lots of lovely detail in there from the infusions and how wet they've got or haven't. And then finally from Jenny, 3 more designs, and she's matte and layered, kept the background a bit more neutral, but still all of these words here is all texture paste through the stencil and then accented with gold. So the grunge paste that they've used obviously gives very, very sharp detail, a fantastic way to accent those samples. And then the final set by Raquel. So here we've gone for a slightly more antique feel on these little samples. So there's another 3 there. And she's got a touch of lace and a ribbon, very simple. And this one by Lynn Moncrief, she's got that, I think that looks like the lovely foil on there, little touch of gold foil as well as the paint, and again stamped onto fabric. And this is this flower here. So this is a new infusion colour that will be announced later on in this week. Look at these. They just all have so many layers on there. They're really lovely the way that they've built up the layers. And then finally from Jenny, she's got 3 small little ATCs. And using those flowers again, that is a new infusions colour and beautiful lovely blue, and she's used that to just colour the image. She's actually cut the images out and layered them up, stenciling in the background. So beautiful stamps and lovely layers, and I'm sure that you will be able to see the detail of how these were created on the PaperArtsy blog. Follow the link in the description of this video, and all of these stamps and stencils are available from a PaperArtsy stockist now. There's a list of stockists on the same blog post. We'll see you again soon.